Patrick Cook here. Welcome to session number 17 of our Mandelbulb3D Epic Rendering tutorial series. I love this Mandelbulb stuff. It's just the incredible stuff that you discover. It just amazes me. You can spend an awful lot of time on this application, just kind of going around playing with things, and then what happens is you're tweaking the formulas, you're playing with it, and all of a sudden, boom, something just pops out and says, and you just say, wow. All right, and you don't even know how you got there. I hate to use the word play, but as artists, we do play. We experiment, we play, we go down lots of dead ends, all right? And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom, there it is, all right? And then you say, well, what can I do with this? Now, that's where the technical begins to meld with the creative, all right? And the beautiful thing about it is that you're in control of all of that. You get to decide when you quit. You get to decide when it's good enough. You also get to decide this is a no-win. You throw it away and you just go on to something else. You get to decide. Well, I've decided that I like this image, but it's not ready for prime time yet. So we got this clipping right here we need to deal with. All right, let's get the navigator up, pull the parameters in, or make sure they're pulled in. Now, there's the clipping right there. All right. Now, what this clipping is, all right, is take the Mandelbulb object right here. Your camera is basically too close. It's too close to the object. All right, and it clips. Basically, that is the DE calculations, the distance estimate calculation that is failing because it can't determine where the Mandelbulb object is because the camera is just too close. And so the DE calculation, the ray tracing calculation basically fails right there. Couple ways to deal with this. You can move the camera back. You can reduce the size of your Mandelbulb object. Let's get the camera back in there. Move the camera back, reduce the size, all right? Or move the Mandelbulb object away from the camera, which is the same thing as moving the camera away from the object, okay? And you can also get in there and manipulate the zoom. All right, the zoom would be the optical simulated effect of zooming. And you can also change the field of view of the camera. You can make the field of view larger, all right, and hopefully that would eliminate the clipping or make it smaller. So there's a number of things you can do. All right. Now, in this case, I've got this clipping right here. The first thing I want to do is, before I make any changes, I need to save this. I need to save this. So I'm going to close the navigator, although I didn't really have to. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as an M3P, just the parameters. M3P is the parameters. The M3I would save the parameters and the image together into the same file. I don't care about saving the image because I'm going to modify the image. Okay, I'm going to just save it as an M3P. All right. Yeah, okay, good. So alien plant life is what I called it. And I'm going to just call this V1, version 1. All right, good. All right, so I've got it saved now. I'm going to do one other thing here. I'm going to open, and I'm gonna save it to the clipboard. Boom. All right. Now, if I get my notepad up here, notepad, there we go. I'm going to put the properties into my notepad. And all I'm doing here is I'm just saving the properties here in case I mess it up. Then I've got a quick revert back to my image. So I'll just get that out of view. Now I'm saved and I've got a backup in Notepad. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to see what I can do about this. Let's first of all try backing the camera away. All right, so I'm going to use this walk forward and walk reverse right here, and I'm just going to hold my shift key down. I'm going to walk it back. Now, when I walked it back, I substantially changed the whole picture. Let's push that back into the main, calculate it. All right, now I've got a resolution here of 3000, which is pretty big, but I want to be able to see this picture as I go, and I'm willing to wait out this rendering every time. I'm just willing to wait it because I want to see the detail. Now, so yeah, all right, so I did get rid of that clipping, but because I moved my camera back. All right, so that took care of that. There's no clipping anywhere here. I moved the camera back. I didn't have to just move the camera back. There's some other things I could have done. Well, but I'll tell you what. Let's do that. Let's do a Control A, Control C to put all that back on my Windows clipboard, and then I'm going to open from clipboard. All right, and this is why you do. This is why you do a save, so that you could revert very quickly if you didn't like the changes you did. So I'm back to my original. There's my little clipping problem. All right, go back to the navigator, pull in the parameters. There's my clipping. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a different approach here. All right, I've got a field of view of 30 here. I'm going to try a field of view because I like the scene here. I like the scene, so I don't necessarily want to move the camera back and throw out my scene, which is what I did. All right. Let's go to a field of view of 33. Now, see, I still got the clipping. Let's go to 25. I still got the clipping. Let's go to a field of view of 50. I still got the clipping. You see what I'm doing? All right, I'm saying, will the field of view adjustment deal with the clipping? And it does not. All right. Now, how about my zoom up here? We talked all about this in tutorial series number 1. I'm going to go to a fixed zoom, and I'm going to back out the zoom. Look, I still got my clipping here. All right, clear the zoom. I'm going to put that back. I still got the clipping. So the zoom is not working for me. I'm going to restore everything back in by pulling the parameters back in. All right, I'm going to uncheck that because I want the zoom to be automatic. So the field of view did not solve my clipping. The zoom did not solve my clipping. Moving the camera back did. And this far plane here isn't going to do it for me. It's got nothing to do with it. Nothing in my coloring or lighting is going to solve that problem. It seems to me that the only way I'm going to solve that clipping problem is to move the camera back. All right, that's how you find out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move it back ever so slightly, and I'm going to change this walking step, sliding and walking step. I'm going to knock that down to 200 because I want a very, very small step. And I'm going to hold the shift key down, and that's going to halve the step. So what we see here is that my very, very slight move back, right? Because I did a walk back with the shift key down which would be half of this walking 100. So I just kind of walked back 100 steps, and it appears that I have resolved that clipping, and I have not lost my view much at all. So I would say that that was successful. But it's interesting because the field of view did not do it for me. The going to manual zoom did not do it for me, but doing an ever small walk back of the camera eliminated that clipping. So I'm good. All right, let's pick this up in the next session.